All right. Um, so welcome everybody to the 2024 NSNC columnist contest results. I am Adam Earnhardt. I'm a professor of communication and journalism at Youngstown State University and the NSNC contest director.
And I'm Michael Leonard, longtime columnist for the Bloomington Herald-Times and currently an adjunct at the media school at Indiana University, which I had no idea that Christine Brennan's three siblings went here, as well as Ernie Pyle. So we're invested.
Very nice. All right.
Yeah. So we're going to talk
So
about 2023.
Yeah. So this is right. So this is all the so we called the 2024 contest, but this is for work that was completed in 2023. So we want to say thank you again to all of our columnists who entered their work. We had 180 plus entries, over 70 publications.
The 2024 contest features 8 categories, including general print, general online, humor print, humor online, sports, lifestyles, crisis commentary, and social justice.
Of course, we would not be able to do this without you and your amazing submissions. So after coordinating this contest for several years, there are two givens. One, that the writing is exceptional, and it's getting better and better every year. And that number two, the judges tell us how hard this is to pick among the best. And speaking of, let's recognize some of our judges. And I actually had some in quotes this year. I actually had 2 judges who asked me not to be recognized on the slide. I don't know why, but they're not with us on the chat here on the video, so I figure they're not going to know anyway that I just threw them under the bus. But that's okay. But yeah, Mark, Lori, Jenny, Chuck, Kelly, Meredith, Deb, Mark Sweetwood, and Luis and Mary Beth. Some of those names probably are familiar to you. They're also on this call. They're also on this video conference. And I can't thank them enough for the work that they do. You know, you have 180 plus entries, and if you've entered the contest, you know that there are 2 submissions, 2 columns per entry. And so some cases, if I assigned, like poor Jenny, I think I assigned her something like 30 or 35 entries, which meant that's 70 columns that she has to read and judge. It takes a lot of time. So Mike.
Yeah, let's get to it. And forgive me for any mispronunciations of names.
Oh, I botched a bunch last year, so they're not on the call, I don't think so.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to go through that.
Yeah.
So, at any rate, the winners in the social justice department. Third was Naomi Ithishaki from the Seattle Times. Second, Suzette Hackney from USA Today. And winning the category was Amelia Robinson from the Columbus Dispatch. And our judge had, among comments, Amelia Robinson's columns powerfully illuminate pressing issues, particularly gun violence and racial inequality, through a deeply personal lens. Her writing skillfully weaves together historical context, current events, and intimate family stories to create a compelling narrative that educates readers while evoking empathy. Her ability to connect individual experiences to broader societal issues, combined with her eloquent and emotionally resonant prose, makes these columns stand out as exemplary works.
Next up is crisis commentary. In crisis commentary, we had an honorable mention. One honorable mention was Clay Wirestone of the Kansas Reflector. And in third place, we had Daisy Palavia Robertson, probably botched her name, I apologize. Advanced Locals, the Star Ledger, and NJ.com or NewJersey.com. In second place, familiar name, Derek Z. Jackson. His columns came from MSNBC and The Root. And in first place, Trudy Rubin, the Philadelphia Inquirer. And the finalist judge noted that Rubin is the best of the best. This astute commentary filed from Ukraine is bold and daring, especially given the potential ramifications. An early call for America to send aid. Rubin saw into the future and acted with candor, which is what any great columnist and column should do.
Okay, and now it's time to reveal our lifestyles winners. Honorable mention goes to Burton Cole from the Vindicator and Tribune Chronicle. Another honorable mention to Peter Merkel, Corpus Christi Caller-Times. Third place, Carrie Angel Luke from Chronicle, Illinois. Second place to Jeff Lowenfels, the Anchorage Daily News. And first place to Marcy O'Brien, the Warren Times Observer. The judge had this to say: Marcy O'Brien's columns are a delightful blend of humor, heart, and everyday wisdom that perfectly capture the essence of life, which is what readers want in lifestyles content. Her writing style is warm and inviting, like chatting with a witty friend over coffee. O'Brien's ability to find profound meaning in life's ordinary moments, from checking mail as a widow to baking cookies for troops, is truly exceptional. In short, these columns aren't just lifestyle pieces, they're slices of life served with a side of wisdom and a sprinkle of sass. O'Brien proves that good writing, like a well-baked chocolate chip cookie bar, can survive any journey and still warm the heart upon arrival.
I got to be honest. When I read that from that finalist judge, I'm like, that actually is a good, like that took a lot of clever writing there. I thought that was, that was cool. Anyhow, I'm sorry. I had to interject there for a second. But yes, on to sports. In third place, Dale Bowman of the Chicago Sun-Times. Second place, Derek Z. Jackson of The Root, for The Root. And in first place, Jason Gay of the Wall Street Journal, using some great jokes to accentuate a racing sense of outrage. Gay eviscerates sports conference defections and the chase for cash windfalls that has remade college athletics. His column on a high school soccer team honoring its wrongfully imprisoned alum, Evan Griskovich, which I'm sure you all know a lot about, is a sports column that's not really about sports. It works as a sort of a bittersweet profile of a reporter with whom we in the news business all stand. We all stand with Evan, but few of us know.
And if you're returning to the contest this year, you probably know that we have two separate categories for humor, online and print. Here are our online winners. In third place, familiar name, Rebecca Renier, AAA's Club Alliance and RebeccaRenee.com. Second place, Amanda Jaffe, Age of Empowerment. And first place, Dave Jaffe, Sleeping Between Giants. The judge says Dave Jaffe excels at old school broad humor, which is one of the few kinds that leads to actual LOLs rather than silent inward chuckles. A great example can be found in his column, The Eyes Don't Have It, when he writes, probably the first eyeglasses were developed in Venice, Italy at the start of the 14th century, but they were poorly made and of inferior quality, giving rise to the term Venetian blinds. Groan. Here's another great
I just gave you an LOL. There you go.
Yeah, it's his doing. And here's another great description from Avocados and Butterfingers. Avocado, nature's cockiest fruit. Jaffe's columns definitely rose to the top of the heap.
And here are our winners for humor print. A couple honorable mentions to Jared Zezima. I can never pronounce his last name. You know what? I think I botched it last year too. Anybody want to unmute themselves and please correct me? Tribune News Service. Honorable mention also goes to Jace Graves of the Kilgore News Herald. Third place goes to Dorothy Rosby, DorothyRosby.com. Second place. Oh, go ahead.
It's Jerry Zezima.
Zezima. Okay, so I kind of got it right the second time. And I know Jerry, I should get his last name right. Okay, so this is second place goes to Jason Gay, the Wall Street Journal. And first place goes to Mark Garrett, South Florida Sun Sentinel, and City and Shore. The judge wrote, "Sweet and funny with a unique voice, Mark eschews cliche to write relatable, entertaining content."
Okay, so like humor, our general category has two divisions, one for online and one for print. Here are the online winners. Honorable mention to, here he is again, Derek C. Jackson, The Root, and the Union of Concerned Scientists. Also, Chicha Raghavan, Sway, and chicharaghavan.com. Third place to Daniela Gitlin at danielagitlin.com. Always happy to spout off. Second place to Meredith Cummings, meredithcummings.com.
Woo! Yay,
And
Meredith.
first place to Mary Kay Jordan Fleming, author.com, and Mary Kay Fleming. The judge has to say, Mary Kay is at it again. Great writing from a seasoned columnist. She demonstrates insight and depth, skillfully weaving personal experiences with broader societal reflections, tackling topics like aging with grace and astute observation. Mary Kay extracts meaningful lessons from everyday encounters, as seen in The Grace of Growing Old, showcasing her talent for connecting the personal to the universal. Her explanation of the emotional and psychological aspects of aging goes beyond mere reportage, offering readers a thoughtful analysis of a subject that affects us all. Her columns, by the way, are not general at all, our judge observes. They inform, sure. They also inspire readers to reflect on their own lives and social roles.
All right. And for our final group, here are the general print winners. We actually had a finalist judge who was had a very difficult time ranking these. So we had 3 honorable mentions for general print. Randy Marshall of Newsday, Harry Siegel of the New York Daily News, and Rabbi Rosalind Jacob of Culpeper Star Exponent. And then in third place, Pauline Nevins of Auburn Journal. Second place, Dale Bowman of the Chicago Sun-Times. And drum roll, please, in first place, Christine Heinrichs of the San Luis Obispo Tribune. And I'm going to read these judges' comments. And I actually had to go. I did not read these columns, but I went and read them after I read the judges' comments. And I'm glad I did. Elephant seals? Seriously? Yes, please. Give me more. Heinrich's examination of the seals at Piedras Blancas demonstrate exceptional environmental reportage that blends scientific observation with compelling storytelling. Her writing skillfully weaves together detailed accounts of the elephant seal's behavior, the impacts of climate events, and the work of researchers to create pieces that are both informative and engaging. Heinrich shows a remarkable ability to take a local subject, the elephant seal colony, and use it to explore broader issues of climate change, wildlife conservation, and marine biology. Her columns go beyond mere description, offering readers insight into the scientific process and the challenges of wildlife research. It's hard not to get swept up in the story of seals like Gigi, describing the plight of seal pups during storms, creating a connection between readers and these marine mammals while making complex environmental issues more accessible. Heinrich's work reminds us that sometimes the most compelling stories about our changing planet can be found right in our own backyards, even when those backyards are massive oceans full of mystery and life.
So there we have it. Congrats to all of our winners, and thanks to everyone who submitted work from their 2023 to the contest. Your work is amazing, inspiring, and proof that you don't have to work for a giant news organization to be a compelling thoughtful writer.
Next year's contest will open January 2025, as usual, sometime around the middle of the month, for works completed in 2024. So if you haven't already written those masterpieces for next year's contest, you still have, what, 5 more months maybe? So get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I regret to inform you that Adam is going to be stepping down from his position as contest director. He's been a great director and we're going to miss him. But if you're interested and in taking over this illustrious gig, reach out to Jenny or one of our board members to learn more. And Adam even agreed to stick around and train the next director and give some tips about how to grow tall.
And shave your head. I'll tell you what, it's a really rewarding gig. I very much have enjoyed doing this the last couple years. And even before, when I did it, before my run as interim executive director. So I really enjoyed it. And you do get a lot about it. You end up reading some stuff that inspires you and actually teaches you a little bit more about your own writing. So I've actually taken some of these columns and shared them with my students as well. So I encourage you to, if you're interested in doing this, to contact us. So thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you.
We will take these. I will share these results with Ginny, and we'll get them posted ASAP. I already have people emailing me, like Paul Saltzman from the Chicago Sun-Times, who submits for his people, so which happens occasionally, and I will get these results out ASAP.
Wonderful. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you, Adam and Michael, for the awards presentation this afternoon. As they mentioned, we did have some great works in our contest this year. So congratulations to everybody. And even those maybe that weren't named, we had a lot of great work in our contest. Thanks also to everyone for being here. If you had to step away for any reason, we will have recordings of all the sessions. So those will be available soon, as well as a recap of the awards ceremony. So thanks, everyone. I want to give a special thanks to Lori and Meredith and our planning committee for this year's conference. Michael Leonard was also part of that. And we did have a great conference lineup this year, and I want to thank everybody for being with us. So thanks again, and have a great rest of your afternoon.